Last time a man was talked into a war. This time someone takes away his right to say it was ever his own idea. Magneto is holding Genosha, and he has followers now. He tells the X-Men again that the Acolytes have pledged themselves to him and that he will not abandon them. The X-Men come in hard, and it goes badly from the first second. He explains almost patiently that their missiles and their gunship were built from plastic and ceramic to blunt his powers. Then he notes that no aircraft ever built survives being hit with steel beams. He tells them he bears them no malice. Then he buries them in the lower levels, so that everything they are good at goes into digging out the civilians his own attack put in danger. Down below, the world is doing arithmetic. The warhead he set off is being counted now, the first hostile detonation in the atmosphere since the Second World War, an electromagnetic pulse across a continent, fallout worse than Chernobyl. Genosha's magistrate says his country is being destroyed, and his soldiers cannot touch the man doing it. The Soviets stop asking. They want the Magneto protocols, and they say plainly that they will act alone if they have to. On the island, Fabian Cortez has done something quieter and worse. He has amplified Psylocke's telepathy past every limit it has, until she is touching every mind on Genosha at once and cannot hold any of them. Magneto stops the fight himself. With a whole world screaming for mutant blood, he says they cannot afford to spend it on each other. Then he makes Beast an offer. What greater injustice is there, he asks, than a people who would destroy their own children simply for existing? Beast asks him whether he is any different. Psylocke, running on Cortez's borrowed power, actually hurts him. She knows exactly what it was worth. She only managed it because he wasn't looking. And then it is over. An acolyte called Crone freezes them where they stand, and Magneto has them stacked like furniture for the trip to Asteroid M. He is not pleased with Cortez either. None of this, he points out, would have happened without an attack he never sanctioned. So Cortez, cornered, plays the only card he has. He has found something Magneto ought to know. He has been busy. Somewhere cold, he buys something from a Soviet general and needles him about selling out his motherland for money. Then he kills him. A price was agreed for delivery, he explains. Nothing was ever said about how long the man would get to enjoy it. A long way from there, at a boathouse below Xavier's mansion, Moira MacTaggert offers Charles Xavier the simplest answer available. "Reach into my mind," she says. "Take it." He won't. He gave her his word once that he never would, and he has kept it for years. She tells him she doesn't need to be a telepath to see that he wants to, and that he is afraid she has hidden something from him again. Magneto is already standing in the room. He is not asking either. If she is hiding something, he says, especially something about him, he really must insist. Then he takes the building. The whole boathouse goes up past the mansion's defenses and keeps going, and he is the only reason there is any air inside it at all. He has found anomalies in his own DNA, and he wants them explained. He reminds them they were friends once, and that when one friend betrays another, it leaves a wound that never really closes. He makes them go back. Years ago he was reduced to infancy, and the child he became was handed to Moira, to be raised at her research center on Muir Isle. His question is very simple. What happened during the months he was in her care? Xavier demands to know where the decent man is that he once trusted with his school. The answer is the cruelest thing Magneto says, all issue, that the question is not what happened to that man, but whether he ever existed at all. Then he puts Xavier outside in the vacuum and waits. It takes about 4 seconds. Moira says she will tell him everything. She did it. She altered him as a baby, reached into what he was made of, and tried to make him less likely to become what he became. He was a child, she says, an innocent, with a second chance at his own life. He calls it seductively noble, an end that justified anything. And then he asks the question the whole issue is built on. Who gave her the right to play God with his soul? By rewriting the foundation of him, she took away his moral choice, and every decision he has made since is now suspect, to everyone, and worst of all, to him. She tells him she worked for the betterment of the world. He tells her very quietly that he heard those same words as a boy in Auschwitz, from the doctor who ran the experiments there. So he passes sentence, As she sowed, he says, so shall she reap, and he will do to the X-Men exactly what she did to him. On Asteroid M, Xavier gets his team back. They are unhurt, unguarded, and nobody has noticed they are loose. He asks whether they have a plan for getting everyone home. Cyclops tells him no, nothing like that at all. They have come to tell him they have joined Magneto. Back on Earth, the other half of the X-Men are in the danger room, running the fight they are about to have. 10 simulations, 10 straight massacres. They can beat Cyclops' team. They can beat the Acolytes. On a good day, they might survive Magneto. All three at once is the part the machine keeps killing them over. Then Fury calls, breaking a stack of rules to do it. The Security Council has ratified the final stage of the Magneto protocols. American and Soviet forces are at DEFCON 1. There is a state of war now between the great powers and one man. The Russians have already launched. What they are carrying has never been fired inside an atmosphere because nobody dared. A plasma cannon built to punch through a planet. They intend to use it on the asteroid and on everyone aboard it. Which leaves the losing team, the one the simulation keeps burying, as the only people who might get there first. Storm doesn't pretend the odds are good. She says that whatever the risk, they have to at least try.